Ryan Carter remembered tomorrow. If someone had told him that a month earlier, he would have laughed. Now, there was nothing funny about it. It began on an ordinary Monday morning. Ryan woke up at exactly 6:42 a.m. with a strange feeling. Not déjà vu. Not a dream. Something else. He lay in bed staring at the ceiling when a memory suddenly appeared in his mind. His manager wearing a gray suit. A conference room. A red folder on the table. The smell of coffee in the air. And a sentence. Unfortunately, we're forced to eliminate your department. Ryan sat upright. His heart raced. The memory felt real. Too real. He could hear the air conditioner humming. See the scratch on the wooden table. Even remember how uncomfortable the chair felt. There was only one problem. None of it had happened yet. A few hours later, Ryan arrived at work. At 11:15, he received a message. Mandatory meeting. Conference room B. A chill ran down his spine. When he entered the room, his stomach dropped. Gray suit. Red folder. Scratch on the table. Everything was exactly as he remembered. Then his manager spoke. Unfortunately, we're forced to eliminate your department. Word for word. Ryan stopped listening after that. The only question echoing through his head was, how? The next morning it happened again. The moment he opened his eyes, memories flooded his mind. Only they weren't memories. They were events from tomorrow. He remembered dropping a coffee mug at a CAF. Remembered a conversation with a stranger on the subway. Remembered seeing a news report about a highway accident. As the day unfolded, every event happened exactly as he had seen it. Not almost. Exactly. Days turned into weeks. Ryan learned to use his strange ability. He knew which stocks would rise. Which traffic routes to avoid. Which sports teams would win. Which opportunities would appear. His life transformed almost overnight. Money came easily. Mistakes disappeared. Success seemed effortless. For the first time in years, he felt lucky. Special. Powerful. Every morning brought new memories from tomorrow. Every morning gave him another advantage. Soon he became addicted. Why take risks when you already knew the outcome? Why worry about decisions when the answers were waiting for you every morning? Why live in the present when the future was available in advance? Then everything changed. One morning Ryan woke up screaming. The memory waiting for him wasn't tomorrow. It was tomorrow night. A dark parking garage. Rain falling from the ceiling vents. Cold concrete. A gunshot. Pain. Blood. His body collapsing onto the ground. Ryan sat frozen in bed. His breathing became shallow. Because he hadn't only seen the murder. He had seen the killer. The man holding the gun. The man pulling the trigger. The man standing over his dying body. It was him. Ryan Carter was going to murder himself. The entire day passed in a blur. He canceled meetings. Ignored phone calls. Locked himself inside his apartment. Again and again he replayed the memory. Every detail remained the same. The parking garage. The rain. The gun. His own face. By evening he had convinced himself there must be another explanation. A mistake. A misunderstanding. A symbol. Anything but the truth. The next morning brought another memory. This time he saw himself buying a handgun. His stomach twisted. No. The word escaped his lips automatically. He wasn't a violent person. He had never owned a weapon. Never wanted one. But the memory felt just as real as every other memory that had come true. At noon he received a phone call. A man from college named Ethan. Someone he hadn't spoken to in nearly 10 years. Ryan almost dropped the phone. Because he remembered this conversation. It was part of tomorrow's memory. Exactly the same. The same greeting. The same awkward laugh. The same request to meet. Every word unfolded perfectly. Ryan agreed to meet him. Not because he wanted to. Because he needed answers. The next evening they met at a quiet restaurant. Ethan looked nervous. Older. Tired. Like someone carrying a heavy secret. After a few minutes of small talk, Ethan leaned forward. Do you remember Project Echo? Ryan frowned. No. Ethan's face grew pale. You really don't remember? A strange pressure formed behind Ryan's eyes. The name felt familiar. Dangerously familiar. Ethan lowered his voice. We were part of an experiment. Ryan laughed nervously. What are you talking about? I'm serious. Ethan reached into his jacket and removed an old photograph. Ryan stared at it. 5 children standing in front of a white building. One of them was Ryan. Another was Ethan. Ryan's heart stopped. A memory flashed. White walls. Bright lights. Voices. Questions. Tests. Then darkness. What is this? Ryan whispered. Ethan swallowed. The government called it Project Echo. Ryan stared at him. Ethan continued. They were studying predictive cognition. Predictive what? The ability to anticipate future events. Ryan felt cold. They believed some people could process information so quickly that their brains could predict outcomes before they happened. That's impossible. Ethan shook his head. That's what I thought too. Silence filled the table. Then Ethan said the words Ryan feared most. Until I started remembering tomorrow. Ryan froze. Ethan's eyes widened. You too? For the next hour they exchanged stories. The memories. The predictions. The strange accuracy. Everything matched. Neither of them understood how. Neither of them knew why. But both of them shared the same ability. Then Ethan's face darkened. There was one more thing. Ryan felt dread building inside him. What? Ethan looked around the restaurant. Then whispered. The final memory. Ryan's pulse quickened. What final memory? Ethan's hands trembled. The memory everyone receives before they die. The room suddenly felt smaller. What are you talking about? Ethan leaned closer. When it happens, you'll see your own death. Ryan felt sick. I already did. Ethan's expression collapsed. Oh God. Ryan looked away. It gets worse. Ethan's voice became barely audible. The killer is me. For several seconds neither man spoke. Then Ethan whispered. The killer is always you. Ryan stared at him. What? Ethan's eyes filled with fear. The final memory is never murder. Then what is it? It's a choice. Ryan didn't understand. Not yet. But deep down, he knew the answer was waiting. The next morning he woke before sunrise. Another memory arrived. The same parking garage. The same gun. The same rain. But this time he saw something new. His future self was crying. Not angry. Not violent. Heartbroken. Then the memory shifted. Ryan saw dozens of lives. Thousands of people. Accidents. Disasters. Crimes. Tragedies. All of them connected by one thing. His ability. Every day he gained more information. More power. More certainty. And eventually he stopped living. Stopped loving. Stopped trusting. Stopped feeling. The future became a prison. A cage built from knowledge. Then he understood. The man with the gun wasn't trying to kill him. He was trying to stop him. Stop what he would become. The memory ended. Ryan sat in bed shaking. For the first time, he understood the real danger. Knowing tomorrow wasn't a gift. It was an addiction. A slow poison. Every prediction stole a little more uncertainty. Every certainty stole a little more humanity. That night he drove to the parking garage. Exactly where the memory had shown him. Rain fell from the dark sky. The concrete glistened under dim lights. And there he was. An older version of himself. Waiting. Holding a gun. Ryan stepped forward. "You're me." The older man nodded. "I am." "Why?" The older Ryan smiled sadly. "Because someone had to warn you." The younger Ryan looked at the weapon. "You were going to kill me." "No." The older man lowered the gun. "I was going to give you a choice." Silence echoed through the garage. The older Ryan held out a small device. "What is that?" "The thing that started all of this." Ryan stared. "You can destroy it." "And if I do?" "You'll stop remembering tomorrow." Ryan hesitated. The older version of himself looked exhausted. Broken. Lonely. "Please," he whispered. Ryan finally understood. The greatest gift had become the greatest curse. Slowly, he took the device. Then smashed it against the concrete floor. The lights flickered. The air seemed to vibrate. And for the first time in months, silence filled his mind. Real silence. No memories. No predictions. No tomorrow. Only now. The older Ryan smiled. Relief filled his eyes. Then he faded like mist in the rain. Gone. Years later, Ryan often wondered whether any of it had been real. Project Echo. The memories. The older version of himself. Maybe it had all been impossible. Maybe not. But one lesson stayed with him forever. The future isn't valuable because we know it. It's valuable because we don't. And sometimes the greatest freedom in life is not knowing what happens tomorrow.